y'all. This is Ladies Who Keke. My name is Dana B.
I am Cassie J.
And today we bring you the final video and review of Basketball Wives Season 8. This is the reunion part 2, and I am so happy that this is the last time I will be reviewing Basketball Wives. I am very thrilled.
You see how she said...
Day. Oh, happy day.
You see how she put emphasis on she will be reviewing. This is the final review she will be doing.
Hey, if you want to review this, that is on you. That's none of my business.
If the season comes back, it's a possibility that I might be reviewing it by myself. It's a possibility. I don't even know if the show's coming back on, so we'll have to just see. So, we're going to get into this review, though.
Yes. So the review starts off with the whole, wrapping up the whole colorism and what OG's comments about colorism. So they move forward to the Cece and Byron topic, where Byron says, they showed a clip where Byron says he doesn't want to see Kristen again.
Like he said he'd be okay.
Yeah. And it's funny that Kristen says, I've seen that so many times. And it's just like, okay.
So with that being said, I just kind of feel like now that she has seen this, I felt like maybe she would react differently now that she's only seen the whole season. But she still, is holding on to this. Even, when they told her last week that, they weren't here, that they were leaving, and she still was holding on to this, oh, it's Cece's fault. It's Cece's fault that we don't have this relationship. But you've seen that he was saying that, I don't want to see you. Cece wasn't saying anything to him. She wasn't trying to egg him on. I mean, that was his decision. He's a grown man. But she was like, well, I wish that they were here. I wanted to apologize. And I'm like, girl, you could have left him a voicemail. You could have wrote him a letter. You could have went to the house. I mean, you had so many opportunities and other ways to apologize to him. But Mark was like, well, look him in the camera.
Well, truthfully, before they did that, they showed the clip of OG again outing Thomas. And then Mark asked who knew, and Malaysia raised her hand and Kristen raised her hand. And this is the part that was kind of interesting because OG says that Malaysia's lying. She didn't know that Byron isn't really Thomas's dad. So I thought that was kind of weird. Like, why would Malaysia lie about that when they say their family? Even if, because then LG was like,
how are y'all cousins?
I mean, I got plenty of people I call my cousins that I really consider my cousins, even though they're not my cousins.
They
but
might be third, fourth cousin, whatever. Cousin is a cousin.
You know. But I thought that was interesting, to say the least. How OG was saying how Malaysia's lying about it.
But the thing is, a secret. It could be a secret, a family secret. It just means that it's something private. Right. Yeah, people might know about it. It's just not something that we're just going around telling everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, something could be like, oh, this family member is, really your cousin, but we took them in, so we call you the brother and sister. Yeah, there's people in the family that know about it, but it's just not something that we're going around telling everybody. You don't go and tell everybody, oh, this is really my cousin, but, I call him my brother. Yeah, other people know about it, but we just don't want to make it a public thing. But it's not something we're hiding either. It's just not something that you just discuss at every family and friend function. So that's what I feel like that situation was. Yeah, it was something that other people knew about, but it wasn't just something that we just want to put on display like that. So,
it was inappropriate. It was an inappropriate comment, point blank period.
It's something you tell people that you're closest to.
Kristen's reaction, she said she wasn't reacting that she was shocked of the news. She was reacting in disgust. I'm just like, no, Kristen, you reacted.
Overreacted.
Honey, she did an Oscar performance. I mean, the whole shebang. It was too much. So, yeah, Kristen did overreact. It was wrong for OG to say that and to out their business. Matter if it's true or not, it's family secret. It was wrong for her to make that type of dig to get out Kristen. However, Kristen did overreact. OG says that she has no regrets. So.
She did. She said, I have no regrets. Kristen was back there with one shoe on,
but like
one
she should apologize though. I mean, honestly, that would have been a nice opportunity for OG to say, I apologize, because she was remorseful at one point. She did apologize to Kristen when they had their amends meeting. I'm sorry for saying that it was wrong for me to say it.
I mean,
so
we counted up. OG and Kristen have made up like what? 2 times. They made up at the sit down with Tammy.
Yeah.
Then they made up at Phoebe's thing. They kind of was just like, we just kind of want to dead things and move on. So it was just kind of like, okay, I guess OG's like, I'm done telling you guys. I'm over it. I'm just gonna hold on. I'm just done.
But that's when Mark was saying, "Can you?" I thought it was weird. Look in the camera.
Yeah, he said,
and tell Byron
what you would like.
You
to
know,
say.
I thought that was weird.
And she did. She was
and
like,
she certain enough that she looked right in that camera, honey, and she apologized. But it's like you've never apologized to Cece. So unfortunately, I feel like he's not going to take all of the apology. He's not really going to take it as you being genuine because we have yet to see you apologize to Cece for you accusing her of things that obviously Byron said out of his own mouth.
But she said she had apologized before.
To Byron.
Yeah.
But not face to face. She wants to do it face to face.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I do wish that Byron and Cece was there so that they could call Kristen out on her shit.
We would
face to face.
See how that would have happened.
Face to
how
face.
that would have unfolded. Right. So they move on and they showed a clip about the whole Toji incident. So, of course, you remember Jackie kind of laughed about it a little bit when Evelyn made the comment and they showed the clip.
This little piggy was at the market or something.
She said that little piggy was at the market.
It was funny.
I mean...
But OG was hurt and disgusted that Jackie joked about it. So.
Joked about it. And I said that Shawty made sure she made a point of laughing and was like, Jackie is funny. Make sure she pointed out that Jackie was talking about it. And Jackie, owned up and was just kind of like, yeah, I did make a joke. And she was like, but things have been said about me over the seasons. And, you just laugh about it. Yeah. And she was like, basically she was just wanting her to know I wasn't trying to be malicious or anything like that. I was just making light of the situation. And, Mark asked,
OG, do you think that feel like Jackie has your back?
Yeah, do you feel like she has your best interest? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, so it's just kind of like, want to make sure that you're cool, you two are cool.
But here's my thing. Then OG wants to say the other ladies have problems, how they were made because they have veneers, they have their butt done, they have their boobs done.
And all that stuff. And
I don't see how that correlates with the Toji thing. It was funny. I mean, like, it was petty, but it was funny. And, just laugh at it. It wasn't that serious, and I don't understand how this has anything to do with that.
She felt like they were making fun of her, and they're picking at her and her body. And she was like, y'all are insecure, and you're deflecting that onto me because
they're not saying that she has ugly feet. It's just her damn toe was out the damn shoe, looking ridiculous.
That's how she took that. Is that you guys are insecure with me, so that's why you're trying to find fault in me, and you have problems with yourself. That's why you went and got your veneers and your boobs done and things of that nature, because you're insecure with yourself.
Well, bless her heart.
So that's how she took that. And then Evan made the joke. She was like, that's not the case. It's not, we're insecure. She said, it's there for everybody to see.
Your toe was longer than a CVS receipt.
And I was just like, you're probably going to hear this somewhere throughout this video. They just don't like her.
Facts.
I know we said it last week. We said it probably all season long. They just don't like OG. The collective just don't like her. And there's no way around it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They just don't like her. And it just continues to show as the show goes on. So, OG brought up, again, that she said, so Shani, I just wanted to address, why I'm not on this, why I left. And why I'm back here in this little room. And she was like, you fear for your safety, but yet you're on a set with people that have actually made contact with people. And I have not. So you should have had those people back here on the set and not me. And I made my point yet again. I proved my case. I win. Shawty's like, okay, girl. I think at this point, people are just running out of energy with arguing with OG as the show goes on, and they just don't want to argue with her. They don't want to go have the back and forth with her. So they just be like, okay, you win. Oh, you're right. Okay. Like, they just don't have the words for her. Mm-hmm. So Shawty's like, if that's how you feel, if you feel you won that argument,
yeah, it's really
it's not worth. Yeah, it's not worth fighting.
That's like
when she came back, they was just like, I'm not giving her any attention.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay this bugaboo.
That's what Evelyn said. I'm not gonna pay this bugaboo any dust. And it's just like, okay.
This is exactly what we're saying, that they just don't like her.
Yeah,
Nothing that
they don't
OG
like or respect her.
Anything that she says, they're not going to really take it in and take her seriously. They don't like her, so they're going to dismiss her feelings and her thoughts. Yeah. It's a losing battle.
It makes her look like she's sitting on the stage yelling or arguing with herself. Because they're just like, okay, girl. All right, whatever. And then it's not helping the way the audience, when they pan over the audience and they're rolling their eyes and they're catching the audience, and I'm like, this is just not a good look.
Yeah.
And it's just not a good look. And it's nothing against OG in this. It's just the way they're making the scene. Because the audience,
like, OG's being ridiculous.
Yeah, and then them not participating with her or trying to get any closure or move forward, it just makes her seem like you're the problem. Like, it's just furthering their point of, she's the problem. See what we mean? See how she's acting? And even Evelyn and them are doing that. Like, when she says something, see what we mean? Mm-hmm. See, audience? See? And she's like, I'm talking here. And they're like, see how she's acting? And I'm like, girl, you're not going to get anything from them. The more you talk, the worse it's going to get for you, because they're trying to make you look crazy. They're trying to make you look crazy.
So then they go, after that, then they're now talking about Jen. So they move on to Jen. They bring up Jen versus Malaysia, Jen versus Evelyn, Jen versus Shawnee. So Jen thinks that Evelyn was acting like an animal when she threw the water at her. And then Evelyn wants to say, well, when you're a mother and you carry a child for 6 months and then a grown woman comes for your child and... Girl.
I just didn't understand what was the purpose of her saying that.
Girl, I don't know. It was a lot.
And then, after they showed the clip of that, and, Jen made the comment, well, y'all can go to Costa Rica by yourselves. I hope you fall
in a volcano.
And Evelyn was like,
those
are harsh words. You have no room to talk about anybody's words being harsh or their... Evelyn... You just need to shut up. You need not to say anything.
She thinks she feels vindicated because she talked about Shanice.
You need to just shut your mouth. I mean, you just can't talk. You have no room to talk about nobody.
She really don't. But Jen is still denying that she talked about Shanice.
She did. She's like, did you talk about her? So that's what Mark said. So did you talk about her or not? I've said it a million times. I did not talk about her. So why did you apologize?
Yeah, you really did apologize for anything that I may have said. I hate that, though. Everything I may have said. But anyway, she's denying everything. She's still saying that she
still mad.
Yeah.
So I'm still a liar.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
You and Malaysia are liars because you both said that she talked about Shanice.
And Jen thinks that the photo crop was just petty for Evelyn to do. At that point, it was, because they have made up.
Yes. So it's like you're just going back. And
I love you too. And all that kisses and hugs and stuff. Y'all made up. So it's like that whole, y'all go to the charity event, there's a photographer. Y'all didn't have to take the picture. Y'all really didn't.
You didn't have to take the picture.
Malaysia could have been like, nope.
No, thank you.
And kept on going. But you came to her event to support her.
Mm-hmm.
Take the damn picture. Obviously, you would take a picture with her if it's her event, right?
Right. And it's like you do know her. You did have a relationship at some point. I mean, like...
Evelyn said she wanted to be known that we're not friends. And it's like...
You could have said that another way.
Okay. Y'all really... I guess the reason why is because they were so friendly. After they said, I'm sorry's and all that, y'all were real friendly.
Going to lunches.
If you didn't, you know what I mean? If you didn't want to mend y'all relationship, y'all could have forgave each other, but just kept it at that. But y'all seemed like y'all were back to being not besties, but shit.
On the way. On the road.
Yeah, so it's just weird.
It was just like, sometimes the measures that they go to prove a point, it's just like, come on, like, it's not necessary.
And then Evelyn says if Jen owned it and said that she fucked up,
yes, then we could be friends. We'd be friends. Girl, so you do still want to be friends with her? So what's the point? Like, what is the point of you doing all this?
Right. She said she was sorry. That wasn't good enough. Now she can say, yes, I did it. I fucked up. Crucify me. I'm sorry, Evelyn. Okay, girl. Now we can be friends, girl. Now we be friends. We good
again, girl.
Like,
look, come kiss the toe.
Exactly.
Kiss the ring. And all's forgiven.
Exactly.
Girl, ain't nobody about to do this and keep kissing your booty. I told y'all last week, you didn't lick the booty crack right. You gotta go to the right a little more. Like, come on.
That's what they want.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
And Shawnee is mad. The reason why that Jen did not go to the Costa Rica trip.
Wait, before we get to that, I did like how when she did tell her what you need to do to get my forgiveness so we can be friends again. She said, no, I'm straight.
He was like, I'm good.
You can have that. And I was like, there you go, Jen. Now
Finally.
Keep that same energy, though. Don't come back.
Lately, though, she's been clapping back on social media and stuff, calling Shawnee and Evelyn out on their hypocrisy and how they're treating OG and how it is a colorism thing. And she's saying all that stuff.
Keep that energy, though, girl. Don't lose the steam.
Honestly, I don't think she's coming back. There would be no point of her to come back.
I don't know why she would come back either. What?
I think she's officially done. Like Tammy's officially done. Yeah.
She should have been done.
Yeah, it's good for her.
Yeah, it's good when you leave.
You know,
good job.
Get your sanity back.
Yes, because you was losing it on this show. Now, when Mark was talking about talking to Shawnee and stuff.
Oh,
about why she couldn't come.
Yeah.
Why Jen couldn't come on the trip.
And Shawnee is mad at Jen about the whole Shaq and Evelyn thing.
Yeah, because Mark asked Shawnee why Jen couldn't go on the Costa Rica trip. She said, because Evelyn was throwing drinks. Malaysia and Jackie over here fighting in the skating ring. And she was like, all Jennifer did was take a picture.
And then that's when Evelyn was like, it's not about the picture.
It's about her accusing her BFF of sleeping with her baby father.
Yeah.
Evelyn, he wasn't talking to you, baby. He was talking to Shawnee. This question was directed to her. And he said her name. I don't know if you got the name mixed up.
This is where the hypocrisy happens. Because if it was OG...
There you go, jumping into somebody else's business. Ain't got nothing to do with you, girl.
And the reason why they can do it and OG cannot is because they don't like OG.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
He specifically said Shawnee turned to her like this. It was like, Shawnee.
Yeah.
He wanted to make it clear. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you.
And that's when Evelyn decides to put her 2 cents in.
I'm going to be nice today, you guys. We're going to finish this up, okay? We're going to get through this.
But Shawnee does wish Jen the best in black excellence.
She said in black excellence. She did say that in black excellence.
But she said, but over there.
Away from me.
Right.
Okay? Let's make that very clear.
So that's when they then direct the attention to Malaysia.
Oh, Jesus.
And honestly, this is where Malaysia is so full of shit and how it's like, you don't want to be accountable for nothing.
Not a goddamn thing. She loses me here.
She says that, Jen, you put me in the middle of this. Everyone knows I get emotional. And then she was like, she shouldn't have poked me. And she made me react that way. And this was
She was like, people like her and Jackie know how to push my buttons. Jackie said, I'll address you when it's my turn. And she was like, you need to hush. Well, why did you say my name? You know Jackie don't say something.
But the fact that she said, you made me react that way, it's like, sweetie.
You ran into the table.
Sweetie. Where's your accountability on this?
You ran into the table I picked up.
Okay, you can be mad because someone's calling you a liar, but it's like, you made me react that way? That's some bullshit.
Said, I'm sorry you don't know how to use your words.
And then she was like, I do. And
I used the table, so you were double sorted.
I'm just like, what?
And I was like,
what the hell?
Malaysia, baby.
That sounds like something that like a 6-year-old would say.
I need you to try again, baby.
To another 6-year-old when they're fighting. You're double sorted.
And they would have one in their hand.
For real. Like, what? Okay.
And then Jennifer said, and you would have went to jail.
Exactly.
Then that's when Malaysia got
keeping it real goes wrong.
That's when Malaysia got upset. And then, like, they had went to commercial, and she was like, because everybody started, like, and the audience kind of laughed when Jennifer was like, and then you would have went to jail. Mm-hmm. And then she was like, I can't keep doing this. First of all, Malaysia, ain't nobody really been talking to you so much this reunion, so it's not like you've been in a bunch of conversations.
Facts.
She don't got mad because her feelings don't got hurt. Because they laughed at her. So now she want to get up. I can't keep doing this. And so then she gets up and leaves.
Yeah, and then she
left the scene.
Leaves and walks out. And she gets in her car and
with a little book bag on
and drives away.
She leaves. And everybody was like, is she gone? They said, and then when they come back, Mark was like, so as you guys see, we're down one person. They said, what happened? What happened to Malaysia? And they asked, Jackie first. And Jackie was like, I don't know. She said, I hope it wasn't because, we were supposed to have our conversation, because I would like to have that conversation with her. Mm. And so then they asked, Evelyn and Sean. Evelyn was like, I think she was just over it. Well, hell, everybody on the stage is over at this point.
There was really no resolution in this whole reunion except for
Jackie and Phoebe,
which we're about to talk about soon. But that's about it. There was no resolution. I'm just like, what was the point of this reunion?
It wasn't.
It really wasn't.
Just to continue on.
So then they move on to Jackie and Malaysia's beef, and how Jackie was saying, well, Anthony, the guy that spread all the rumors, well, Kristen knows him too.
She said it so quick. Kristen knows too. Kristen said,
like, whoa, wait a minute. Only reason why I know this person is because Jackie. Like, they were trying to point the fingers of who knows Anthony. I do agree with Shawnee when Shawnee was saying that you should not be including any third party in the business of what goes on with
in this circle.
Yeah.
Like, we're a circle at the end of the day. The only thing I can say about that whole we're a circle, y'all should act more like a circle then. If we're going to say we're a circle, let's act more like a circle.
But some catty bitches.
Thank you.
That's petty and catty and
shallow. Let's act more like a sister. Like when when Jennifer had her breakdown and she said, this don't feel like no sisterhood. Yeah.
Because it's not.
Right.
Jackie says, though, that the reason why she lied during the lie detector test is because she kept moving during that question.
I didn't know if you move, that it'll make things go crazy. So you moved twice?
But Shawnee says that, I believe you because Jackie wouldn't lie. Well, for one, Jackie wouldn't leak anything, especially saying that she got beat up.
Right, she said, Jackie ain't going to tell the public
and Jackie said she's one of the most talked about athletes' wives.
Shawnee said.
I mean, she is, though. Before she was on Basketball Wives, Jackie Christie had a name in these streets, honey.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
So,
I'm not taking that from Jackie
I do
Christie.
think that Jackie leaked something in the press.
I don't know if she told them that she had a concussion. She might have told them that she got
or maybe she asked someone to leak it for her, like
she could have did
and then they ran with the whole
and then made it more than it had to be. Yeah,
but she knew something about it. Yeah, because she took the test twice and she lied.
Because it was that like, did you know about the article? Yeah, and that was where she lied. So she might not, like I said, did it directly, or she might have did an article, might have talked about it, but didn't say that. Just said she got into a fight and somebody might have just made it more than it was. Because, they'll do that. They'll make the story, well, this story wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Let's just say that she got into a fight and somebody had a concussion. That's why she was probably like, yeah, I was as surprised as you because that wasn't the story I told.
Exactly.
That's not what I told them. I said I knocked that hoe out.
Right.
They said I got knocked out. That is not what I wanted them to tell.
Then they start talking about the Costa Rica trip. And so Phoebe apologizes to Jackie about bringing up her daughter.
She said, I will be woman and apologize for that. And then Jackie said, I'll apologize to you because you know what? At the end of the day, I don't have no issue with you. I don't want to have no issue with you. I don't know you.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, she apologizes, but then she says, we still ain't going to be friends. Then when Jackie apologizes, they're going to be friends because Phoebe's face, she started smiling and they started joking.
He said, so if she doesn't say anything about you being on drugs for about 6 months, will you give her a hug? She said, yeah, give me about 6 months.
They're going to be fine. They're going to be friends. And that was the only resolution throughout this whole reunion. That was it. Everything else was just a waste of time and space, but...
You wasted 2 hours of our life.
Honey... So then they start talking about Cece and the Costa Rica trip and how Kristen says that OG kept intervening when she tried to talk to Cece. And this is what I do love, when OG was like, she did a play-by-play. She's like, no, we came there, I walked past y'all and I got me some guacamole and chips. And then I saw that Malaysia went over where y'all were talking. And then I was like, oh no, my friend's not going to be outnumbered. So let me go back over there. So I like the whole play-by-play. And it's like, no, bitch, I did not intervene. I was going to let y'all talk. But I saw that my friend was not...
by herself.
Exactly.
She was one-on-one.
And it was going to be like some jump thing. And she wasn't for it.
And I said that I didn't... Now, this is where me and Taylor disagreed. Because I said that they asked, Mark was like, so, y'all took an L in Costa Rica because Cece fired up on y'all. They was like, where do you think it came from? And Evelyn was like, that liquor courage. I was like, okay. All right. But then they was like, but Phoebe, you kind of went in on Jackie too. Is that the same reason? Was it the liquor? And because Shawnee was like, well, she was drunk. I think that, that might have something to do with it. And it was like, she said, no, it wasn't the liquor. It was something I've been holding on to since the cancer event. I've been wanting to talk to Jackie, and that was my opportunity. I was like, so you being drunk wasn't the reason why you went off on Jackie. You're saying that you were going to go off on her whether you were sober or not. I think the liquor was a little bit to do with it because the next day, remember, she said, I don't remember doing none of that. And then she was like, oh my God, I said that. I said this. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I wish I didn't say that. That's why I felt like it was the liquor too, because she wouldn't have said all of that. She probably would have said some of that, but she wouldn't have went in the way she did, calling her all them names, doing all that. I just don't think she would have went in on Jackie the way she did if she hadn't have been drinking. So they both was drunk, so they say, which made everybody... Liquor was the reason why Costa Rica went the way it went. Apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I was like...
Even though they always say liquor... It
just makes you come out more of who you really are.
A drunk man speaks, a sober man mind, or something like that?
Something like that. Tells no lies. A drunk man tells no lies, too.
No, that is saying... I didn't get my sayings right.
Get your words together,
really
girl.
Do. It's like a drunk soul speaks a sober man's mind. Boom. That's what it is.
Somebody gonna be in the conversation. They're gonna correct us if that's wrong. You know they will.
All right.
We'll wait for it. We know you guys will correct it if it's all wrong.
Kristen says that OG pushed her twice. OG denies it, and Phoebe confirms that she did.
We talked about that, the episode that it happened, how all that went down. We're not going to go back into that, even though they played the clip, that's what got on my nerves. They play the clips before they come out and start addressing everybody and saying, what did you think about this? What did you think about that? Did y'all not watch it? So did you not see who was touching who?
Do they see the clips too?
I feel like they do. I know it ain't just for us.
It might be.
You watch the show.
Facts, but people see different things.
Oh, okay. You're right.
But OG states that she is never confused and always spot on.
She did say that. I am never confused and I am always spot on. She did say that. So that's why she was like, I know what I did. I know who I touched, basically, and I did not touch you. Okay. I'm not going to argue about your perspective. I'm not going to argue with you on that. That's how you feel? That's what you...
I don't know. I tried to see it again, but... It was a lot going on.
It was a lot of bodies.
Yeah.
Shawnee did pull Kristen.
And that's when Kristen thought it was OG.
It was OG.
And
OG was like, I didn't touch you.
But I saw that clip, and even Shawnee was like, yes, you did. I'm just like, I don't know.
And that's confusing. Why I was like, that was the problem for me when I was like, she didn't touch you then. Maybe she was referring to before that moment. You touched me, but the problem was, Shawnee, you said she did. You was the one that just touched. You just touched her. How can you turn around and say, OG, you did just push her? That's why I was like, are you referring to before that? That's why you was pulling her. So it was
a lot.
Too much going on in such a quick period of time. So, yeah. But it's like, if she did, I mean... What's the problem here at this point?
They bring up the whole Evelyn with her receipts and that altercation in Costa Rica.
The whole Chad situation.
Yeah, and Evelyn states that Chad was laughing at OG's allegations, which I find it... We said it last week.
He was saying that for you.
Yeah.
Evelyn.
Pretty much.
To make you feel better.
Yeah, because he don't want to say that, oh, yeah, I was trying to holler at this chick. He's going to say whatever that you want to hear.
Yeah.
OG has her receipts. I really didn't care for her
She
presentation of it.
Receipts out of that money gun.
I'm just like, okay. We can't see them.
He said, she said, come see.
Yeah, she said, come. Yeah, come here.
She said, it's a shame that you can't see those because I'm not on the same set as you guys. Which is a point because she should have been able to be on the same set. She should not have to be on a separate set, which we said last week. But they got her on a separate set. And I was just like, Evelyn's still over here talking about, I don't care what Chad was doing in 2011.
That's a lie, because that's why you had to go and reach out to him to see what he had to say about it. You care, stop.
You still care today. And she was like, I don't care.
Yes,
then why are we talking about it today? Because if
exactly.
you didn't care, what you should have said was, that was then, this is now. I mean, that's not important to me. You shouldn't be still trying to prove to Kwame that, oh, did you know your girl was doing this? Do you know your girl's still doing this? Was you there when you seen her texting him talking about Chatty Poo? And why are you still talking about it then? Why are you trying to still prove a point to her boyfriend if you don't care?
And the way that Kwame addressed Evelyn, I have no problem with that, because he told Evelyn, like, keep my name out your mouth. I don't have a problem with him, defending himself. The problem I had with last week when he was going back and forth with Phoebe is that he started to get catty with Phoebe. Oh, your man broke and da-da-da-da. That's some catty-ass female shit. That's what I was talking about. But the way that he addressed Evelyn, saying, keep my name out your mouth, not a problem with that. Just don't get damn catty. Don't do like the female thing. I didn't like that from last week. But him addressing Evelyn, not a problem.
And that's because what was getting ready to take place was what was happening again last week. Like, that's what she was provoking him. Like, she wanted him to get into argument. So did you see what your girl did? He was like, I know everything.
I was right there.
And he said, what I'm not going to do is care about what she did in her past. That was before me.
Right.
That ain't got nothing to do with what's going on today. And then Evelyn's like, shoot, I ain't got nothing else. What else I got? You ain't got nothing else, girl.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else that you could say. Like, he's fine with what's going on. He's fine. He's secure. He's confident. Just leave them alone and just leave it be. It's over with. It's done. You lost again. Just let it go.
Yeah. They also showed the clip of OG saying that Evelyn trying to be black. You have wearing cornrows. You always you saying the N-word. Feels like it's offensive for someone who's non-black to use the N-word. And that's when the whole I'm Afro-Latina. She says she's 25% African.
Yeah. And she said you don't even speak Spanish.
Yeah, she was going in.
So Evelyn decides to speak some Spanish for her.
I mean, honestly, that whole clip of like OG trying to read Evelyn, a part of it did make her look stupid. Sorry, not sorry, but it did. For her to say, oh, you never were talking about Puerto Rico until I came last season talking about Nigeria, and you weren't interested in your heritage, and she claimed that she doesn't speak Spanish. And obviously Evelyn does speak Spanish. She's speaking Spanish back. So it's like, that didn't make OG look good.
You feel like that wasn't a good argument for her? I just felt like at this point in the reunion, it was running out of steam.
And honestly, they were laughing at her. They showed
the audience laughing and stuff.
Like, what the hell? Because she sounded crazy. She did.
I said that this whole reunion, they was just trying to make OG look crazy. And at this point, the reunion was over. It was.
Well, I will say that Evelyn says, basically calling them broke, like y'all broke, and I make money while I'm sleeping.
Now that she came back and redeemed herself.
OG said, "Oh, on your back,
or on your knees." Sometimes.
I was like, ooh.
She was like, I mean, you're the hoe of the industry. Everybody knows that. Then people start getting upset. Like, that's what Karen's like, okay, OG, okay. See, now you're going too far. This is the problem I have. When the collective typically say things, y'all say stuff like that too. It's not too far then. It's funny. Ha ha ha, you're clever. But then when OG do it, oh, wait a minute, you're going too far. Oh, that was... You didn't have to say that. Why did you do that?
Yeah. Because they don't like OG.
There's no boundaries for the collective. No. But there's boundaries for you if you're not in the group.
Yeah.
No, you can't say stuff to people. You can't do stuff to people. You can't be offensive, disrespectful, derogatory to people, and then when somebody else goes below the belt or go for your jugular, then you want to say, you went too far. That's disrespectful.
Well, that's what OG keeps saying. She was like, with the going back to the whole Thomas thing. She said, we're both taking jabs. I just took a bigger one. Jab.
She did. She said.
But it's like, where
do you stop?
Where's the line? Where it's like, okay, now it's too much. I guess wherever.
People kids, which Jennifer did.
Yeah.
And then that's when they was like, see, you just went too far. And that's why it's just like, it just comes to a point where you just have to stop. Everybody just has to stop. But nobody is willing to be that one to stop and be like, you know what? No one wants to be the bigger person. Everybody just wants to be, I'm going to be that bitch. They want to
be right, yeah.
I'm going to be the bitch. Yeah, I'm going to be that one. No, just before you say something that's going to cause me to catch a charge, let me just say, I just want to dead this. I'm not going to come back. I'm not going to bring this up. But when you do that with that person, you need to go back to your circle and tell your circle, Evelyn, next time we have a sit down, don't bring this shit up and say, if I was you, I wouldn't be wanting to sit down. Hold
everybody accountable.
Yes. Tell everybody, I'm deading this with her. I don't want nobody else bringing this up.
The collective are hypocrites. So...
But that's the thing.
Do as I say, not as I do, especially if I don't like you.
If you decide to end something with somebody and you was like, listen, we're just going to leave this be and we're just going to be mutual on it. When you tell your friends, listen, I ended this with so-and-so, so I'm done with this, so don't bring it back up. If you bring it back up, then me and you going to have a problem. That's how it has to be.
One thing I didn't like is when Mark asked Shawnee
at the very end, wrapped up.
If everyone here has a place in the circle.
Oh yeah, she was like, no.
It's like so many people don't belong.
She said, as you can see today, I was like, we know who you're referring to.
Like, I don't know, they were really on their high horse.
She's the EP. She said, we'll find out later who's gonna be here and who's not.
Like, you're on Basketball Wives. On VH1, like, it's not really an elite type of show.
It's elite group.
So it's like, so many people don't belong. Like,
you
really?
Heard what she said. Okay.
So we'll see.
Let's see if you get your basketball next year.
Well, she says that not everyone will. They can't. Not everyone could coexist together. So
everyone can't come back.
Everyone's not going to come back, which is.
It always happens.
At the end of the day, Evelyn is Evelyn. She's going to be who she is. She's a mean girl. She's a bully. And guess what? She's going to have a job. She's still going to get checks. As Miss Ian Levan would say, she's being rewarded for bad behavior.
Yes.
So.
And then the very end, they go
that
back.
whole sit down, Mark and Sean, if you have a sit down to talk about colorism.
After the fact.
Now this sit down, I feel like it would have been better if OG was actually there.
I did too.
To have a real sit down and talk about it. But for you to just have a little sit down for basically Shawnee to plead her case because people are, threatening to cancel her and the shows have a negative
view.
You know what I mean? That she's trying to clean that up. She don't want to mess up her checks.
Yeah,
that's all this sit down was for.
She did.
I do agree that it's OG's personality that rubs people the wrong way. I know, unpopular opinion, but I agree that it's OG's personality that rubs people the wrong way. She did acknowledge that dark-skinned women have it harder, and she apologized to OG
for her experience
if she felt isolated or she felt, discriminated against. The problem with that is, why did you say that to OG? That's the person that really needed to see this and hear this face to face. Instead of when OG was on that reunion and she was saying how, it's colorism, you was rolling your eyes and all that and laughing with everyone else. So it's like, as the EP, you should have been the bigger person, the biggest person.
That day.
At that time, and said, well, OG, I do apologize if you felt that way. Then it would have been better. But you having this sit down with Mark,
I think that at the end of the reunion, that would have been the time. I mean, you should let the reunion play out. Everybody had their time to do whatever. At that time, or when she said to you, Shawnee, the reason why I left was because you felt threatened, At that time, you could have addressed it. Or at the very end, you could have said, I do want to take a moment out and extend my apologies that you've had the experience you had on the show.
Right. I mean, she still stands on it wasn't colorism.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just didn't vibe. The chemistry was wrong.
And that's what I'm saying.
But if you felt that way, I apologize that you experienced that.
That's what I'm saying. Just acknowledge. I feel like at the end of the day, what she is wanting is to be acknowledged.
Right.
Period. Y'all wanted. You spent the whole reunion not acknowledging her.
Right.
Nor, let alone her feelings. Y'all didn't pay her no attention, let alone acknowledging how she felt.
Right.
So if you would have just at least acknowledged, I'm sorry for your experience on this show. You know, that was not our intention. That's not what we want. We want everyone to have, you know, a somewhat positive experience and enjoy this. You know, I wish that we could work toward having a better relationship so that way that your experience on the show could possibly be better next time. She would have probably received that a little bit better than how this went. She probably would have been more open to that and been like, well, thank you for that. I hope that we can work toward that. And if you did took the steps to do that, she might be more open. She might have a better attitude and everything else. But the fact that y'all just keep on rolling your eyes and just no, girl, right? That's the problem. Because it's like when you acknowledge somebody, then they feel like, okay, you're hearing me. But the fact that you won't acknowledge her, and she's like, I'm going to have to keep saying this stuff. I'm going to have to keep doing things to get you to see and hear me. And that's why she's going to keep doing that stuff, because you won't pay her no attention. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that last part was an afterthought.
Yeah.
It was kind of like what Evelyn said about Jennifer. If it wasn't forced upon her to apologize,
facts, she
wouldn't have apologized to Evelyn.
And truthfully, some of the things she does excuse Evelyn for a
all
lot
the time.
Of things. The whole
even
in
that moment.
The whole,
she said we talked about it on the phone. It was a private conversation.
Because she says that Evelyn's monkey post. She confronted Evelyn about it, and then Evelyn says she would never do that. It wasn't about OG. And Shawnee says, I believe Evelyn, but it's like,
had it been somebody else, I'm like, she said, I feel like maybe
because
there was
Evelyn would do something
thing.
like that, unfortunately. Just to be spiteful. I don't think it's because OG is dark skinned. I just think of, I don't like OG. I think she's ugly.
I'm making fun of her again.
You know what I mean?
Like I'm making fun of her yet again, because I'm like, you do realize that she set up a lawsuit. She was trying to sue her. She was trying to get a restraining order on her. So your friend is doing all these other things. So why would you think it'd be out of her character to do this? I mean, she was talking about the girl's toe all season, so it's not out of her character to make fun of somebody. So why would you not think that would be? And she's like, well, she knows that we don't tolerate racism on the show. Oh, okay. So that's why you think that this... But y'all not filming right now, so why would you not think that would be? Are you going to fire her if it was? Mm-mm. If you found out it was true,
that's a bad
that's my point.
Why would you do that?
If you found it was true, would you fire her? Mm-mm. So that's why I was just like, okay. So that's why you was covering for your friend.
So yeah, it was pointless for her to have that.
She wanted to make sure that point was made, that I talked to her and it wasn't about her. I want the world to know that it wasn't about her. That was a big ass twinkie dink. Right. Or it's like, all right, Evelyn. So where'd the monkey come from?
So why don't she should apologize then. Even if it wasn't about OG, like, I'm sorry that
it might have been seen.
Yeah, it came across that way. Like yeah.
So. You didn't. You did what you did, and then it came back.
Yeah.
So.
But y'all, guess what?
It's over.
It's over. It is over. I am so happy. This episode, I give it a D because it was pointless. Nothing was resolved this whole season. I give it a D because it done worked my nerve.
I give it a C-.
And I'm so glad that this is the last time I will need to talk about this damn show.
Now move over.
It's my turn now. It's over. The game shut down.
I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that this is over. I am so ready to move on to the next show. Our next show that we will be reviewing. Do you want to tell them the next show?
It's up to you. Should we tell them? Go ahead, tell them.
We'll tell you guys. The next show that we're going to be reviewing is going to be The Peach. All right. Real Housewives of ATL. L.
I'm excited for this season.
We are so excited to have the Nenes and the Portias and my girl Kenzie. And guess who? What you say, girl? What you say?
Continue.
We gonna fight when the camera goes off. And Kenya's back.
And she brings TV,
She's
honey.
coming back, y'all.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason, part of the reason why we're gonna be reviewing that, because Kenya's back.
So as always, comment, subscribe, like,
Share all that good stuff.
And until next time, bye
Bye.
guys.